Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a Make It Miniverse Nature. And today we have the daisies. I'm very excited because I grew daisies last year in my garden. They're so cute. So we have our daisies and a little bit of the foliage that comes with it. And it comes with a little milk carton, kind of old-fashioned milk carton, and a little glass jar, but it's plastic, that goes in the middle. So we're going to be planting it in there and putting the resin in there. So we don't have to worry about filling this whole thing up, but also we don't have to worry about if we want to honestly take them out and display it like that. You can do whatever you want. I like the versatility. And then we have our little water that is our resin here. And if you've seen some of my past videos, I have another resin that's open on the side because I do a lot of these so that I don't have to use all of these, but sometimes I do use them. So it always comes with tweezers as well. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to open up our Sunny Blooms. Thank you, Sunny Blooms, for these beautiful daisies and beautiful foliage. This looks like eucalyptus, to be honest. And we have two daisies in one, and we have one in one by itself. So in the picture, it shows, well, it says that we should cut our daisies. It says every flower needs to be cut. So it's like real life. You cut them, and then you display them where you'd like them. So in the picture, let me show you what it shows. We have our eucalyptus in the back, kind of there, which is nice. It's a nice foliage. This flower that has double is kind of in the back here. Whoa, that moved around quick. In the back here, but it is shorter. And then this one is pretty short as well. So these are the same size. So what I like to do, let's take this whole thing out. If you've not seen any of my other videos, that's fine. The eucalyptus, to be honest with me, I think almost is the perfect size. We're going to trim it just a little bit. I like to put things right before the notches there, so when you're putting them in the vase, they don't, because when you put them in there like this, they want to fold up, which we don't want that. We want it to be folding and nice. So I'm going to trim just a tiny bit off, put it back in the vase there. I don't know if this works the same way in real flower arrangement, but this is how I like to do it. You see as well, there's a little crease, not a crease, but like a break off where the next flower is. I'm actually going to cut this the same length as that. No, you know what? I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Sorry if there's any beeping in the background. There is something going on outside. Construction. All right, and as you see, it meets that, but you know what? I want a little more. Like the tiniest sliver more. Sliver more. It's like evermore. Okay, and that goes in there as bit. And that's okay if it intertwines with that there. And our lone daisy here. Honestly, sometimes if I knew what I was getting in these, which I do and sometimes, but sometimes I just buy them randomly. I would like to buy double so that I can make a bouquet of more than a few. But same with this, I'm going to trim it down past, and I like to measure it somehow there, a little bit off of it, up to the first leaf, basically. And if you have these mini scissors, Singer, they're amazing. Thank you, Mom. All right, let's put this in here. You know what? It's still just as tall. It doesn't have a little V in it, so we can trim it a little bit more. Sorry. And don't worry, like I always do, I will be arranging it and holding it. Whoops. Okay. So I trimmed it quite a bit more. So this first leaf, there we go, can go in there just a bit. Because once it goes in here, like, look at that. It's going to look like this. It's going to look amazing. But we are doing it on its own right now. Okay. So the eucalyptus, I don't know if it is, but it looks like eucalyptus. I'm going to call it that. Is in the back. Daisy over there. And then we have a daisy over here. And to be honest with you, it's still too tall for me. I'm going to trim a little bit off. Sorry, everything fell. Okay, put that back in there. The eucalyptus in there. Put that there. Okay. Turn it for me. There we go. That creates some like contrast. A little, these are purposely meant together so they're not going to move. This one you can kind of manipulate the way that it's going to be, which I'm going to make it so it's... Sorry, I just love knocking things over. That's what happens when things are mini. You have big hands and mini things. So take them all out. We're going to take I have resin on the side here, fill it up about halfway. Squeeze it as much as we can. It's very difficult sometimes. You have to be very strong. Sorry, I need to find a stabilizer. Okay, so I like to do it 3/4 of the way, and you're gonna have to, excuse me, you're gonna have to hold it in front of your light, or you're gonna have to have a cure light. So let's see. I'm gonna put this one here in the back, the eucalyptus, like I said. We're going to insert our other one here, which is gonna have to face the forward. Face forward. Put your best face forward. Okay, honestly, that looks good. And then we're going to put our Lone Ranger in there, but I want the Lone Rangers to be sideways. So, come on, stay like this, kind of. I don't want to say it takes practice, it just takes patience to keep it where you want it, because once you cure it is where it is. Okay, so we're going to take our little cure light here and put it on the lighting here, or on the gel resin. It's crazy because you can kind of see it curing. And if anybody just wants to let you know, this is not strong enough to cure full amount. This is a spot cure, like I say every time. You need a little higher wattage light, like a nail light or something, so that it will give it a full cure. Or the sunlight. You need to have a strong, hot summer day and then put them in the sunlight. So I'm going to stop carrying that. It's pretty good. So what I'll show you, so it's very warm in here. So what we're going to do is just kind of bend it a little bit. Bend the eucalyptus back a little bit. And honestly, I think that looks amazing. I'm going to give it a full cure, but if you put it in there, look, honestly, it doesn't even go as far down as I want to. Okay, it's just a little farther, so it's fine. Hold on, bend it. We'll bend this up a little. There we go. That looks perfect. No, I like the eucalyptus back. Okay, sorry if there's any beeping. Like I said, there are construction going on outside, but that is our daisies. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one.